All right, everyone, let's get started. Welcome to today's September's Grow Community Call, where we are going to give you updates, give you some exciting things that are going on, talk about what we are doing at Grow United to continue to help be an amazing community member for the Grow blockchain and everything that is happening in the projects, services, and exciting things in our world. Today, we have a really exciting announcement. If you can see here, we've got Cindy on as the Grow Leaf, and then we have Stephen Little Jr., who we are going to bring on here in a little bit to talk about his amazing company, his ranch, and how he has come in and partnered with the Grow blockchain. But first, before I want to do that, I want to just go to the chat. I saw one person here. They said, "Welcome, everyone. I am from Bangladesh." Where else do we have in the world on here today? If you could go to the chat, throw in where are you from? Let's see where the Grow community is coming from today. Awesome. We got Seattle, Bangladesh, Idaho, Washington, D.C., Italy. It's the first Italy I've seen. Massachusetts. Amazing. Texas. Jamaica. Oh, that's exciting. Texas again, Lehigh, beautiful. So we have people from all over the world. It is exciting here. I get our website stats every week, and the last one that I remember seeing is we had people from 146 countries jumping onto our website to look and see what we are doing at the Grow blockchain, which is really, really quite amazing. So some really exciting stats this week I just want to share with you. This week we had an amazing week on our node network. And so as most of you know here, the blockchain is run on our node network, and we have had almost 100 new node softwares be purchased and activated this week on the Grow network, which is amazing because it shows a couple of things. One, people are continuing to learn, understand, and believe in the values and the mission and vision that we have here at Grow, and are coming in to actually be part of that network, own that network, and run it with us with the Grow blockchain. So I want to start here today. I'm going to share my screen. I want you guys to give me 5 minutes. I know many of you have seen my Grow presentation many times, but I'm going to have a couple twists to it, and I promise it won't be more than 5 minutes because I want to really emphasize with us what it is that we are actually doing right now. And so let me share this view slideshow. So as you know, the Grow blockchain, our goal is to harness blockchain technology to nourish people, animals, and the planet with the vision to decentralize the global ag and farming industry. Because right now, the agriculture industry is very centralized, not only by governments and centralized regulations, but also by centralized for-profit companies and public companies, sorry, that are there. And they've done some amazing things to feed the world, get food in the hands of the world. But if you look at the labels on this graphic, there's not a whole lot of real food on there. And to truly nourish ourselves and to truly nourish the world, we need good whole food that was grown in the best way possible to both nourish the atmosphere and the soil. And that's what we are here to do. We're here to make producers the hero of the story again. And today you're going to meet another one of those producers that understands and believes in what we're doing here on the Grow blockchain. And he and his family, they put in their blood, sweat, and tears every single day. And we're excited to hear from him today in Stephen Little Jr. The other people we want to help is people who eat. And every single one of us fall into this category because we're alive, we're living, and we're on this call. And so we want to return our confidence and trust in the quality and source of our food so that one day I can lose the grow bet. And the grow bet is to be able to look at the food that you ate in the last 72 hours, know exactly where it came from, know every input that went into growing it or raising it, what was the supply chain to actually get it to your plate, onto your fork or your spoon and into your mouth. And we want to track all of that on the blockchain. And we are well on our way to making sure that everybody wins this bet. And our mission, and this is what all of us can remember, is to nourish the world in the best way possible. Now, here's the part that you've seen before, but I want to add a little twist too. This is what we are doing. This is why those nodes that were activated this week are so amazing, because the Web 1 economy was truly the information economy. It was Google, Yahoo, Internet Explorer at my fingertips. I had all of this information. Web 2, now I could become a creator on those centralized platforms. I could create content via social media. I could build a website via ClickFunnels or Squarespace or any of the other platforms. However, everything still flowed back to a centralized system. Well, Web3 and blockchain truly gives us the ability to live in the ownership economy where every single user and every single active node is actually part of the ownership that keeps our blockchain going. And this is the part I want us to think about because, guys, this week especially, we worked with a lot of our community. We had a big week, and we talked about how do we help farmers? How do we help people return the confidence in the food? And it all comes down to the blockchain. And many, many people in the world have no idea what that term really means. They might have heard of Bitcoin or Ethereum or the word blockchain. They don't really understand it. So I want you to think back to a while ago when everyone was getting around with horses, and Henry Ford came along and he built the first Model T Ford. And in that, he's attributed to the quote, "If I had asked people what they wanted, they would have said faster horses." And as I have been in this space, as I have talked to farmers and producers, and we've talked about how do we solve the problems, there's a lot of amazing things out there, except many of them are just talking about training faster horses. I firmly believe that what we have in our node network, in our blockchain, in the structure and way in which we set it up, we are bringing to the world the thing, the actual base foundation that will allow everyone to build on top of it and truly decentralize and change the world so that everything can be publicly shared, immutable. We can actually have a ledger of recorded transactions and assets in the real world tracked in an immutable way in the digital world, and take this from a centralized system into a decentralized blockchain. And I just want to thank every single one of you on this call right now because you are one of those color dots. Pick your color, you can be whatever you want, but you connect us, and you connect us to the producers, you connect us to the food, and you connect us to the earth so that we can know that the way in which we are living and the things that we are doing are actually accomplishing our mission, which is to nourish the world through our Grow blockchain that looks just like this. That is the centerpiece of technology that allows products and services that believe in what we're doing to plug in and truly nourish the world. And you guys already know our product. So I'm going to stop here for a second. And I am going to bring on and introduce Stephen Little. So you guys know our mission. I repeat it all the time. And when we talk about producers that are truly committed to raising animals in an amazing way, bringing food to us, amazing food to us, being able to ship it to our door, Stephen is doing that. So Stephen's company is Little Cattle Co. And Stephen, if you can jump on here, there he
Yes, sir.
is.
Hey, man, I think my camera is disabled.
No worries. We'll see if we can
I'll
promote
fix
you
it.
here and then you can jump on. Everybody wants to see your beautiful face today.
Man, it's probably the beautiful Texas sky behind me that's more appealing.
Should
But
be.
Perfect.
and I'm outside, so hopefully the West Texas wind doesn't isn't too distracting. But man, it's so good to be on with you today, Will.
Thanks, man. I always joke for those of you that were on some calls earlier in this week, I'm sitting here at my beautiful lazy desk, but every time we bring on a real farmer and producer, they're either in their truck or out in the field and makes me feel good and a little bit inferior. So thanks for being here, Stephen. Can you give us a little bit of background on how Little Cattle Co. came to be? What was the vision behind it? Because I know it's relatively new in the last couple of years. And how
Yeah,
did you get there?
absolutely, man. First and foremost, I'm just so appreciative to be on this call today and to be partnered with Grow. You know, we go back a pretty long ways with an important member of Grow, which is Mr. Wright, and he's just a dear family friend, and so been around for a long time. The ecosystem, and man, when Grow showed up, I knew that was the ticket, and so to go back to Little Cattle Co. I grew up in the city and right in the heart of DFW, Dallas Fort Worth, Texas. Both my grandparents were involved in agriculture in some form or fashion, whether that be uh, for a business or for a hobby. And one of my grandpas, he raised these beautiful Brangus cattle. And every year he would butcher a couple and he'd fill our family freezers full of beef. And so I grew up eating beef every single day that my grandpa had raised. And I mean, if you wanted a T-bone, you went to the freezer and you thawed it out, and you knew grandpa had raised it with his blood, sweat, and tears. You knew
Still there, Stephen? We'll give him just a second. Cindy, is he frozen for you as well?
Yeah, he disappeared.
Okay. We'll give him just a second while he comes back to us. I am going to share my screen and ask everyone to go support Little Cattle Co. right now. So if you go to Instagram, you can look up Little Cattle Co. on Instagram. Looks like this, black logo with that pretty cow in the background. This is their Instagram. Make sure you go in and follow them. Give them a follow so that they can go. And Steven is back. So Steven, we picked you up at going to get the T-bone out of your grandpa's freezer.
Oh yeah, so I had we would have it was our personal freezer, and all my cousins and we grandpa made sure everyone in the family had beef that he raised, and when you went and got that food out of the freezer, you felt good about it because you knew how those cattle were raised, you knew what vaccines they were and weren't given, what if they weren't given hormones, what they were fed, because I rode in the truck with grandpa to pick up the feed, right? And so there's just a confidence in your food, and you couldn't go buy anything that compared to it. And as my grandpa got older, he shut that operation down. And so I just really wanted to revive it, so to speak, not necessarily his personal operation, but I wanted to put the beef back in the freezer that I knew where it came from. And I love to eat, I love to cook, and the final straw for me, Will, was when my son was born. And my son Brody, he's 8 years old now. He was born, and the first meat he ate, I think it was around 6 months, was some venison that we had shot. Actually, my wife had harvested a deer in South Texas, and that was the first meat my son ate. And that conviction came back so strong about I wanting my children to grow up eating good food and not like the junk you were talking about previously. And man, the deeper you go into it, you just don't know. I mean, you go to the grocery store, the average hamburger patty, 1 pound of hamburger meat from the grocery store averages 1,000 different DNA strands. So when you go buy 1 pound of hamburger meat from the grocery store, you're getting meat from 1,000 different animals on average. And there's many, many sources that confirm that. That's just the tip of the spear of what's gross about the mass produced stuff, to my opinion. And so we started Little Cattle Co., 7.5 years ago, with that conviction of my son being born. And it was just real small. I had my uncle out in West Texas on the other side of the family. He ranches, and so I was able to partner up with him, and he's got awesome grass-fed Angus cattle that are steroid-free, hormone-free. And so partnered up with him, and I started just buying a couple animals every year and feeding them out and then butchering them up for friends and family and kind of doing what grandpa did. And the demand got so big because of the quality of the meat. So people, if you've got 5, 6, 7 families eating, like buying half animals, well, they eat it at different rates. And so the guys that would eat their beef faster in the year, they would be hammering me throughout the year. Like, Steven, we need another one. I'm like, man, I've got a life. I've got a family. We'll do this once a year. I can't just provide beef whenever you run out of it. Until I couldn't keep up with, I couldn't keep turning people down. And so last year we decided to like go all in with Little Cattle Co., get serious with it, start selling year round online and sell retail cuts. So, meaning selling small portions. We don't do the halves or the quarters anymore. We allow people just to buy something that they can get shipped to their doorstep. And so we launched September 10th, 2023. So we're coming up on a year, and it's been absolutely phenomenal. I mean, we've had just so much, so much support from people all over the country. I mean, every single week I ship boxes of beef to Maine, to Florida, to Southern California, to Washington State, and everywhere in between, Bozeman, Montana, all over the place. And so the support from the country is amazing. And there's something about, listen, I know we've got friends at Grow, and I'm actually, I've become friends with some of their guys, and when we talk regularly and help each other on ideas of different things. And so I'm not knocking those guys. I love those guys, but there's just something about Texas beef that tastes different. It's like Texas, I don't know if the cattle are just a little bigger or, what it is, but there's something about Texas beef that's just right. It's very American. It's very good. And we also believe in stewardship. And so we're trying to do as much as we can with the animals. So we offer, a lot of different parts that are like less common to most Americans. But one of the things we do that I'm the most excited about that we have on Grow, on Nourish, is our tallow skincare. And this is something my wife's really headed up. And my wife came from my wife's mother is an executive with Chanel, or the high up with Chanel, for a long time cosmetics. And so coming from a very good look inside the cosmetic industry, my wife told me, hey, I want to use the suet and make skincare. I was like, that sounds disgusting. Who's gonna rub beef? I mean, I'll do it like a dude. I'll do it, but I doubt many people would are gonna want to do it. She's like, well, Steven, every skincare and makeup product for the most part has animal byproducts in it. This is just getting back to the pure form of it. And so we start studying it, and she starts making it, and it's absolutely incredible. So to put in perspective, it's not just tallow, because tallow is fat from an animal. So we could trim our ribeye or a brisket and make tallow, and that's great for cooking. But what we use for our skincare is the suet. So on a 1,300-pound animal, there's about 13 pounds of suet. It's specifically the fat that surrounds the kidneys, and it's the most supple fat. It has the most rich in vitamins B, A, and all kinds of stuff, which mimics the human skin. And so our tallow skincare is incredible. And we're definitely not making medical claims, but we've had a lot of people that have struggled with like eczema or different skin conditions that when they start using our product, it clears up. And so man, it's a lot of fun. We have a blast with that. There's a lot of women that are on that tallow skincare train. We have body butter, all kinds of stuff, including, by the way, including my wife's mother, who is that high up in the cosmetic industry. She is a huge believer. And so it's fun. We're having a blast with it, stewarding what God's blessed us with. On top of that, we've worked for a solid year, finally released just in the last 3 weeks, our beef sticks. And we are proud to offer those to the Nourish community and to grow. I mean, these things, look, if y'all are like us, we live, I've got 3 kids, 8, 6, 3, and we live a fast-paced life, always on the go. And so the beef sticks, it's a 2-ounce option. You know, a lot of the products out there in the market are like an ounce or less. And so this is like a 2-ounce option. It's Texas beef right from our cattle. No junk, no fillers. It's just beef, salt, and natural seasonings. It's dried, but it's not dried out to where it's like nasty dry. It's so good. It's still moist. You know, we have an original flavor and we have a jalapeno flavor, and that's like the lifestyle thing, man. You got to replace your kids' processed junk food snacks. Like you need to have a little calico beef stick with you instead. Like you're going to a post snack gym, a pre-gym snack, road trip, travel, whatever it is. If you don't have one in reach, within reach, you're wrong. So that's my spiel. If you don't have a couple in reach, you're wrong. And man, Will, I believe so much in what Grow is doing. I love blockchain technology in general, but I love specifically the blockchain technology that Grow's built on. I love the community with everything in me. I love what we're doing. We feel honored to get to be a part of Grow. And in all seriousness, too, the guys at Royal are stinking awesome. I'm so glad that they've helped blaze the way with you guys. So I'm just appreciative to get to, you know, be involved, to contribute. We're going to do everything we can to be a great partner, not only to Grow, but to each member of Grow. So we're excited to offer some Texas beef, man, and get some utility going.
Thank you, Steven. This is amazing. So I want everybody to just take a minute and recognize most of us on here, we are not stewarding cows, right? Like I don't have any cows. I'm up here in the mountains of Utah right now, but feel the connection to Steven as he talks about his passion and the things that he's doing. And he is showing you everything that it is, telling you what he's putting into, and you can feel it. And all of that can now happen, and we can connect ourselves through the blockchain, through Grow of what we're doing. And I saw in the chat kind of bumping off. Some of you are texting or messaging just to the hosts and panelists. So if you want to show everyone, click the button and go to everyone. But let's show you exactly how to get this stuff that Steven is talking about. So if I share my screen here, I put the link in the chat. If you go to the Nourish Mart, all you have to do is click up here in the right-hand corner. Let's go to beef. So right here, you have these combo beef sticks, the jalapeno beef stick, the original beef stick. We already sold out. We launched this yesterday to a very small group of testers, and we already sold out of the Texas Tomahawk box. And I'm pretty sure we sold out of the combo beef sticks, and we had to come back this morning and add inventory for all of you just so that we could get it going. So make sure you get on. Here is the beef. You already see the Royal Reserve is out of stock. So come on, get your Texas beef, ship it to yourself. And then if you come here, you go back to the top and you go to skincare. Right here, you have the Tallow Natural Skincare box. This is what Steven was just talking about. you can come on here, you can buy this box, and you can ship this directly to your house using the Grow token that you have mined. And so if you are currently running a node, you can take that, bridge it to ERC20, come into the Nourish Mart, and you can send directly to our Nourish Mart wallet, and this will ship directly to your house. For all of you that are international, we are still working on international shipping, and we'll keep you updated via Discord. International shipping, it's a little bit tricky as we're working through it, but we will get it, especially as we add. This is the really cool part about Little Cattle Co. When we talk about jerky, when you talk about this natural skincare, we can ship that all over the world. It's a little bit harder to ship a big old tomahawk across the world, but we can ship these anywhere. They're going to last. They're not going to go bad on the plane or the boat over to wherever you are. So we are still working on that. Steven, thank you so much for being here, man. This is what it takes, guys. This is the community. This is not built by what I do, what our founders do, what Steven does. It is built by every single one of us every day, showing up, sharing the network, talking about what we're doing, and we will nourish the world. I have every day I wake up, I get more and more belief in what we're doing, where we're going, and the people that we're bringing in. When you look at just our first 3 community calls, look at who we've got on. When you think back to last week, the founders of Treefera, Steven mentioned Royal. You guys have seen Austin Allred on here, and now we add the Little Family Company, and Little Cattle Co. with everything that they're doing. This is amazing. Before we open it up to Q&A, I have one more little share for us. So Steven is going to, you guys just got a little snippet. That was about, 6-7 minutes of what he expressed. You guys can feel what he has put into what he's providing us. We're going to do a podcast episode, and we're going to dive a lot deeper into how he got there, what he's doing, and most importantly, where we are going. And that podcast launched this week. So right now I'm going to put in the chat a link to the Grow Renaissance podcast. We just launched this on Monday. We already have over 61 subscribers and 300 views. Let me update this and see. Right on 394 views in the last 4 days. So let me share my screen again and show you guys this on YouTube. So this is on all podcast platforms as well. And what this is the Grow Renaissance podcast. So you guys have heard me talk about the Renaissance. If we want to truly nourish the world and we want to take what we're doing with the Grow blockchain to as many people as possible, we have to do it together. Blockchain, Bitcoin, the revolution that is there is here. It's not going away, and we are going to jump right on top of it and help nourish the world with the Grow Renaissance. And the best way for us to do it right now is for each and every one of you to share the content that we create. And so my goal is to be able to make it as easy as possible to help you spread the word about what we're doing so that people can understand it, get it more quickly, and join us either as a user or a node owner on the platform. So this exists. This is on Apple, Spotify, Google, YouTube. If you follow all of our socials that you can see from Discord, we were posting all of the clips, all of the highlights. And very soon here, there will be an episode with me and Stephen Little Jr. talking about all of the things that we're doing today. So please share that. I would love to see this get to 1,000 views by the weekend. I think that's possible. We've got almost 100 people on this call. If every single one of us just shared this with 5 people, we'll hit thousands of views. And I promise you, you'll get more and more people coming to you talking about Grow and how they can be involved with it. The last thing before I open this up for AMA is I'm going to put one more link here, because this leads us into some of the questions that I get about the blockchain. And so this right here is our Grow Node Governance website. This talks about the GGF. This talks about the blockchain. This talks about distribution. This talks about nodes and tokens and rewards and everything that happens on the blockchain and exactly what it means to be a part of the community, to have your voting rights. How do we provide actual decentralization and consensus? Everything lives on this site. It's been live for a few months now, but I'm going to put this in the chat. And I would highly recommend on your downtime over the weekend, just go read some of this, because it's very enlightening and it'll teach you what it is that we're actually doing and answer a lot of the questions that we get on a daily basis. So let me stop sharing here. I saw a couple of questions come through. So if you have questions, we're going to open this up to AMA here. One question, would love to hear about NFTs. So we have launched some Grow NFTs. We have sent out an email. That email went out yesterday about the update on the NFTs. If there is anything you need to do based on the NFTs that you have inside of your account. And so that email went out yesterday. If you did not get that email, please check your junk email and then reach out to support because that email was all done. Okay, Steve Little, great question. Where can a person buy the Grow token? So the Grow token is currently available on decentralized exchanges such as Uniswap and PancakeSwap. There was an amazing video that one of our community members actually made on how to purchase Grow tokens from the market and then go in and buy food with that. So we will post that in the Discord today. We'll repost that video. It walks you through step by step exactly how to buy Grow tokens. And actually, let me see how fast I am. How to buy growtoken.com. That might not be right. There's another website actually that walks through how to buy Grow token that another community member made. It's like howtobuytokens.com or how to buy Grow tokens, but I'll find it and we'll post that in Discord as well. All right, perfect. Steve Papas, if we buy a voucher, NFT for beef, etc., do we get rewards? Amazing question. So our blockchain is all based off of proof of action, which positive actions is purchasing from using the Grow token. So one of the things that will be coming, and this is actually why I brought up the DGF website, is we will be voting on these things as a community. What are the positive actions that we want people to take that will then be rewarded in more and more rewards? And so as we continue to decentralize and we add more nodes to the network, you will actually start seeing voting proposals come in and say, I propose, or we propose as a group, that buying on the Nourish Mart should receive a percentage of positive action rewards. And then as a community, we will vote on that. And if it's approved by the community, then that's exactly what will happen. And so as we continue to grow and we build and we decentralize, that's how that process will happen. Amazing. Cindy, thank you. So buygrowtoken.com. This is a website that was built by a community member that walks you through exactly how to buy Grow tokens. So Steve Little, there's the answer to your question with a walkthrough link on exactly how to do it. We jump to the Q&A here. All right, Connect Global, great question on carbon credits. How is the sale of the carbon credits and how to sign companies to help on create more carbon credits? Beautiful. So our carbon credit project is going well. We're actually looking at a fairly large auction with some very large companies in Royal City, Washington in November to actually put these credits on. So if you have companies that either can create credits and know how to create those, then you can have them reach out to us and we can connect them with our partners, our originators and developers on the carbon credit side. I have more NFTs and nodes. Will these be saved for when I'm able to buy more nodes? Yes, Brian. So depending on the NFT that you have, so if you have a boost NFT, that can be matched to one node. If you have a farm bot NFT, same thing, that can be matched to a node. But if you have multiple, whenever you want to activate those and get more nodes to put on, you can assign those NFTs to those accounts. Tomas, thanks for the question on carbon credits. The best thing to do, just to kind of add to that, is if you know you have a company that can meet the standards of carbon credits, we now have some really amazing partners that we're working with as a foundational level to help you really capitalize on that and see what it would take to get those. Oh, this is amazing. So Mordecai, I am from the Netherlands and I know companies in Holland that want to sell biological meat through the blockchain. Are they able to use Grow for this? Yes. So if you have companies that want to reach out to us and be on the Nourish Mart, just like Royal and just like Little Cattle Co., we can move them through our onboarding process. The way that that works is we will connect with them. We will do an interview and an onboarding to make sure that we're all aligned on what we're doing, what it looks like to jump on the Nourish Mart and be on the blockchain, and then we can connect them and offer them. I get a lot of questions about the Netherlands. So if we could get food in the Netherlands, that would be amazing. Is there any discussion starting about how to bring local farming to the community? Yes. And so local farming to the community, we are working right now on some use cases with farmers markets and getting farmers markets to start to accept the Grow token. and move through different things. Juana, is this all meat and no produce? Great question. I'm a big meat eater, so I'm kind of happy that meat was one of the first things to come. But we actually, our next product that we'll launch, we don't have a time date, will actually be a apple cider that it will be is 100% apples. I just taste tested it about 2 weeks ago. So it's amazing. And that apple cider will be able to be shipped all over the country. And then as soon as we figure out international shipping, shipped internationally. So we are working on produce, vegetables, and other products right now. The farm tracing component is just a little bit different. When we started Farm Tracer, beef was the first thing that we ever did and really cracked the code on. But we are working on produce, vegetables, and we will have an apple cider that will be launched very soon here before the fall. That's going to be our fall product launch. Somebody asked me the other day, are you going to have pumpkin spice something? But we're going to do apple cider instead. Can you place the link for the onboarding where I can set those companies? Yes, Mordecai, and we'll connect you with that when I pull that link. All right. Lady B, I see your message, and if you could connect with us, if you could connect with Cindy at growunited.com, we will help you with that. That's a personalized thing that we can work with you, but I didn't see that message this morning, but somebody sent it to me. Awesome. Thanks, Lady B. All right. Juana, she says, I have a podcast. Can I get you as a guest to help promote? Yes, that'd be great. Reach out to me or reach out to our Instagram, but my email is will@growunited.com. If you reach out to me, then I'd be happy to jump on the podcast so we can promote everything. All right, guys, this is amazing. So we can trade and grow tokens on our own without being an official supplier with Grow. Yes, absolutely. So you can jump on, guys. The tokens of our blockchain are non-custodial. You can do whatever you want with them. So it's an open market. You can buy on the market. You can get those Grow. You can come in and purchase them on Nourish. And the more people that we have doing that, the better this is for everyone. Awesome, guys. I am going to close this out and say thank you for being here. This is amazing. I remember the first time we ever did this and we opened it up for AMA, and I think we had 2 or 3 questions, and to just watch questions pump in and out, that is beautiful. So thank you all for being here. We had great attendance today, just looking at the numbers. Stephen Little, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for jumping in. Thank you for being a node owner, for running those nodes, for bringing your business to grow. And I'm going to give you, why don't you sign us off here?
Hey guys, we just appreciate the just everything. Thank you for doing these calls. Thank you to the community. God bless. Go eat some beef.
Amen. Amen. Thank you all. We will see you on the next call. Share the Grow Renaissance podcast with as many people as you can. Stay updated on Discord every time we launch an episode. We have an amazing episode coming up on Monday with someone named Scott, who I've become very, very close with. And he's going to walk us through how he went from a traditional finance world into blockchain and how it opened up an entirely new world for him. And we're going to talk about how I started this call, the rails, that new thing. We're not just building a faster horse. We're bringing something new to the world. And we're going to walk through that in a really, really cool way in that podcast that launches on Monday. So look out for that. And we will see you guys on our next call. Thank you.